Good morning, Paul here down at Middlelton in South Australia, and we're on the block owned by the Miracle Tent people, and this is the container where they store the Miracle Tent during the year. The tent is only put up once a year in January, Australia Day weekend. This year it's the 22nd of January, we have our first tent meeting. And for the rest of the year, the tent is stored in this container. We have other containers here where people have stored up some of their treasures as well. But I'm going to read to you this morning from Matthew, chapter 6, where Jesus is talking about storing things up. From verse 19, Jesus says, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." He goes on, and might as well have a little bit more from the Lord. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? No one can serve two masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. So Jesus is talking about what we store up. Well, I'm delighted that we store up the Miracle Tent in this container, because it's such a wonderful time of fellowship and praise and worship, and the anointing is always in the Miracle Tent, and people come expecting a miracle, and they often receive one. But in the Old Testament, in Psalm 119 verse 11, we also read about what we should store up. And I'm reading from, we'll read it from verse 9, 119 verse 9. David writes, "How can a young man keep his way pure? By living according to your word." He says, "I seek you with all my heart, and do not let me stray from your commands." In verse 11, "I have stored up your word in my heart, that I might not sin against you." So there's a wonderful way to store things up. Store it up in your heart. Just take it on board, record it into your memory, and store it in your heart. Keep his word in your heart, that you do not deviate from where the Lord wants you to go. So there we are from the block at Middleton. And it's true that rust comes to destroy. This container is rusting, and we've had to put a bit of a temporary roof on it because it rusted, a hole in the roof, and the rain got in, and then dampness got into the tent, and we had some damage done to the tent. So it is true, when you store things up on earth, your treasures, the rust will come, the moths will come, and the thieves will come to try to steal it from you. But when you store things up in your heart, it's safe, and you've got treasures there that will carry you through your life. Do not store things up on earth where the moths and the rust come, but store things up in heaven, so that the Lord might be blessed and you will have a good life. Have a great day now. See you later.